And the discussions and everything was centered on games, and the stories around the matches. Now, of course, Yenshase from England. Yeah. In England, the interesting development here, Chelsea. Is Chelsea was not really under the spotlight.
Yeah.
But after say Omoko J, the Club World Cup,
no.
Now Omo parody as the world champions. It means a lot of expectations from people almost supporting club, no almost supporting club, no ever Chelsea afa. And those weight of expectations comes with added pressure to deliver consistently.
Okay.
And the match be at Chelsea bebo biano. Couple, the scrutiny on Chelsea a near share world champions there na mobile.
Yeah.
This is a dorsal. One fundamental issue and a year favorable to Chelsea's cause last season was Cole Palmer. Palmer ever joined Chelsea, no? Means Roman Khan, he's been their best player. Numbers, impact. Can be a boomwa. Many sure say the seasons are Palmer Eddie or Chelsea, no. There is any other player who has been more impactful than he is.
Yeah.
Right from the start, he endeared himself to the Chelsea fans. Said, "Wabaso obetinano obeye manabroso." First season, excellent. Second season, he took it a notch higher. Also, when me match the numbers as per goals in the way I also share the but overall, may come and say Palmer has become a very important player to the Chelsea team.
Okay.
Now, so what about yes, Anna? Any show and teams will also plan on stopping Chelsea by stopping Cole Palmer.
Okay.
And no another issue. Enzo Maresca needs to get to the next stage of project now, you know. The first stage was to bring stability into the team, return them to the Champions League, and then see if they can win trophies, which they did. So it was a very successful first season. Now, when we know, then they are so. This is where the other teams you are facing will also plan to outwit their way. So, I think Chelsea has been found out a bit.
Okay.
Strategy, formation. Kwanya Chelsea fast ball the ball. No teams na be hunu. Into games I will expect sanke mubaya easy kakra no. Sisi ne mubaya den. And emuya den sana you need your key players to perform. Now in the case of Palmer, he's not available. And even if he's available this season hasn't been one of the best for Cole Palmer. So let's look at where do Chelsea build on? From the over dependency or the over reliance on someone like Cole Palmer. And what an issue, and if Maresca is able to escape it, then it means he is entering into the next phase of the Chelsea stint now. Or my team no ababe less dependent on Asumesi, but rather the collective.
Okay.
Midway be send Shadrach a data that we'll be dealing with. Near Palmer's influence in the Chelsea team. And it's a Owomua send your Mexico and I say Onimusua send your Mexico at the Chelsea team. And I'll be pushing them to Shadrach in a bit.
Okay.
Now the way about Cole Palmer and say he joined with lofty ambitions. Or boss City or you say or Bayern is lived up to it. Chelsea and Cole Palmer, when he plays and when he does not play, if Shadrach and Saka or Betimi de Gum na him, when Cole Palmer plays for Chelsea, he has a certain influence on the team that elevates them to a certain level, and it's not just under Maresca, but also under Pochettino.
Okay.
So under Pochettino, Osher 22 goals. The expected goals was 18.21. Then goals or say from a year open play na no a year 12, so 12 goals from open play. Final third passes a year 509.
Wow,
meaning he was mostly involved in a lot of the attacking actions. And Palmer under Pochettino, who said clearly he gave certain contributions na a immense or provided 11 assists too. And to watch check here. Goal scored 22. Then assist 11. Okabomwa 33 goal involvements for Cole Palmer under Mauricio Pochettino. Obetimi de Anuato so. Then Palmer under Maresca first season, which is the 2023-2024 campaign and 2024-2025 campaign. 15 goals scored and to goals or no eso take kakra under Maresca. Expected goals is 17.27. So Palmer's actual number was an underperformance of the expected number. But Ochaki under Pochettino now expectation was 18 goals and a little above it. But he scored 22 goals. So there was an overperformance.
Yeah.
So it means in the form now solid enough. And the near training sanko betimi ashe goals do say Oshema ne broso. But under Maresca, none form maybe it suffered a bit. The near so betimi in terms of goals when Timia and shed 2 and come home and now match it.
Yeah.
Assist it dropped. Goals from open play it dropped. Final third passes it shrank a bit. And to what check here, Maresca and Yusu Palmer to desired result to set the Pochettino use it, but still the impact in the Chelsea team and everything they are when they have Cole Palmer in the team and when they don't have Cole Palmer, no difference is wom kakra. Again, I'll be sending something to Shadrach. Now, or the Atosonia Chelsea with Cole Palmer and Chelsea without Cole Palmer. Now, Chelsea are more with Cole Palmer saying this year. So, or the Tosua or more Chelsea with Cole Palmer, they have won 67 games with a win percentage of 52.2%.
Okay.
Then Chelsea without Cole Palmer, 11 games, or more winning 36.4%. So what this means is that so Cole Palmer our Chelsea team ni more. I have no more chances of winning no peja.
Okay.
So onimua or more chances of winning no a drop it ever from kakra. And that is what a year Cole Palmer the impact in the Chelsea team na etre. If Cole Palmer is in the Chelsea team again, goals per game equal 2.0. If Cole Palmer is not in the Chelsea team, goals need drop about 1.3.
Okay.
Expected goals if he's in there 1.89. Onimua shrink about 1.80. Or Womua point omunya per game 1.8. Or Nimua point need drop about 1.4. So this explains the impact in the Chelsea team and one is not in the Chelsea team. Now, Machiani Omamieno. Or Womua under Pochettino, the numbers were higher. Goals or share course through. But under Maresca, goals or share no call from. It could be other factors. Maybe a Maresca tactics name Moano. Maybe he's limited. And I say a near banner home. So teams are now preparing well to stifle the threat of Cole Palmer. Next, the no. After the teams never be huno into a moshi nebeya or more best stop Cole Palmer from causing them damage. What this means is that one, Maresca has to work on Cole Palmer's form, but unfortunately he's not fit or you're fitter. And I would do Juma. And how do you work on Cole Palmer's form? And how I also show team to bring the best out of him. And so the two things, in catering for Palmer's dropped numbers in terms of goals under Maresca as compared to Pochettino, maybe Maresca will need to tweak some things, work things out, and see how he can bring the best out of Palmer. Palmer Nankasa form Sapphire. Last season, he went a long stretch. Now on share open play goal. Now the one train.
Yeah.
It took him some time. He went on a goal drought. Nini Nano comes to play a part. And when a young career, your time psychologically, he needs to be resilient to bounce back in such tough times. But and then Chelsea are going to play Brighton. And the Cole Palmer and Commando, he is not even available. So what this means is that Maresca will need to switch to Chelsea coping and winning games without Palmer, which they've done this season. Against West Ham, against Fulham, they won these games without Cole Palmer. So it means Chelsea are learning to play without Palmer, but how do they move on from there?
Okay.
Because Chelsea are suffering too. And the first statistics, Chelsea's 2025-2026 statistics ranking, you will see that Chelsea and the number 1 ranked team in terms of scoring set piece goals and now set play goals, free kick, corner. Chelsea national goals near the door. But in the other metrics, they assess Chelsea offensive performance. Also might drop it from the top 3.
Yeah.
And or the statistics, then we will see that and then refer to it. So clearly, what this means is that Chelsea are struggling to be creative, struggling to be imaginative without Cole Palmer in the team. and they have been reliant on set piece goals. Into check it. Goals from set pieces. Chelsea has set 6 so far this season. They are ranked number 1. Goals scored from open play. After they were dropping about 4th, and they are ranked 6th in the Premier League. We share just 4 goals from open play. Into your team now, we share 10 goals. Yeah. Now a move 4 from open play. Now 6 set pieces. It means they are natural. Your team, your set pieces now your biggest asset in terms of going forward and then getting goals. And then it means that you are not creating enough chances as compared to the top teams. And open play expected goals, Chelsea have 4.55. Then it means that chances are Chelsea are creating. They also creating goals, and then their goals are matched from open play. Difference in shadow. Even the goals they've scored are 0.55 less than what was expected of them. Yeah. Then again, shot. They've taken 65 shots. Omoya ranked 5th in the Premier League. Then chances created, important. They've created 45 chances so far this season, and they are ranked 5th. So apart from set piece goals, Chelsea need the top 3 of any other metric for goal scoring and goal involvement. Dear nature, Chelsea's creativity is a bit limited. I say then Cole Palmer has not really started the season. Yeah. With O'Brien. Then in the subsequent games, one more. He came back against Manchester United. Then he had to be withdrawn again. So what this points to indicate clearly, Cole Palmer and Chelsea team it affects their creativity. With Palmer, they create more. Okay. But if he's not there, they don't create. Then it means that Maresca needs to find a way for Chelsea to be more creative, even without Cole Palmer. And when you Jumane was a Maresca. Okay. So the next phase of Maresca's job is not to bring the best out of the key players like Cole Palmer, why. It is also to make sure Chelsea find other creative sources or creative outlets to bring the best out of the team. One player we're used to get an asset to balance the equation, Rhys James. Against Manchester. I felt the Rhys James got 2 wings. Yeah. Then James was sending in crosses. From such instance, and at Chelsea they share one of the consolation goal against Man U, Omolusu 2-1. Yeah. So it means he's trying to find solutions, but the sooner it comes, the better it will be for Chelsea. They face Brighton. João Pedro is one player who excelled at Brighton. The numbers will produce here. But at Chelsea it's a tough ask. Obai no so washa say ye. Palmer enko ye ni na no. The wa holding mantle na wa man your market cabo mamo no is João Pedro. So you expect him to lead the team, especially on the former side. Interestingly for him, game Chelsea never will fear. So the Stamford Bridge fans will support him. Yeah. I think he's an outlet Maresca can look at in terms of creating and then in terms of scoring. In two check here, João Pedro has multiple assists this season and multiple goals. Chelsea Otimisha also assisted. He will need to be used to bring the best out of him. Another Pedro Neto. Neto, a explosive winger. On his day, he's mesmerizing to watch. And again about Chelsea, he showed. Say Chelsea here goes he's one guy they can fall on. He was disappointed he was taken off in the game against Manchester United, and he will need a response. Or back baby say in summer man for sanka game no maybe I commit my baby no and he would definitely want to get an opportunity to give that response against Brighton. So without Palmer, Chelsea were enough attacking options to bring that creativity into the team. But the key area, I remember what you said, I was so motivation Midfield. Yep. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo looks okay, but one player who has struggled for form is Enzo Fernandez this season. And Court said the last season, not every year, no, Kodemano. Many expected say baby Oja last season called Tuaso, not Odi Akodenim, but unfortunately, it hasn't been like that. And I think they will need help. When the Chelsea midfielders Amabo Mudi in Caicedo and Enzo, whenever they have excelled is when they have a base Obi or no tenachiri, no job must say Monya de Mobile. Caicedo ye effective as a box to box. Enzo Fernandez effective as an offensive midfielder. But they will need somebody to sit at the base, give them that calmness, give them that composed and then controlled tempo. Not a multimedia set of no more the idea because Chelsea's build up is struggling. Defenders almost central defense no. Omuni Sawe na Levi Kowo the passing range, the vision, the composure. Omuni bisa. So Chelsea's build up has been a bit flawed. You need a midfielder who will come in there and sort out one, the first phase of the build up, and two, controlling the tempo in the middle. Lavia would have been the perfect fit. He's not available. Who are the options next? Dario Esugo with Pra. There is Andre Santos. Will he fit that bill? Or Betmia Yese Jumano? Has Maresca given him enough opportunities to try that? And that is where I think if Maresca gets it right, it solves a lot of Chelsea's problems this season. In fin. So Kopama dear, creativity dear, if Chelsea are able to bring control and calm to their middle, it will make them be in a position to try and then sort out the other issues in the team. And to the other issues. I'm Renaso.
Call 5 minutes, mama.
Okay. There is a Madrid derby a Bebaso weekend.
Yeah.
And Atletico ne hosti Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Alonso's first taste of the Madrid derby as a coach.
Yeah.
Player there was Subiashe. But as a coach is never. Will Atletico Madrid be in the position say Madrid will now and Namwa aircon that caravan or mobile throw a spanner to the wheel no matter derail the movement of Madrid. Madrid have been perfect so far. Obedient means nobody has been able to stop them. And so is this their toughest test yet? Me want to say yes and no. Yes, because the atmosphere that will be set up at Atletico fear to face Real Madrid now, it will be fierce, it will be intense, a hostile environment.
Yeah.
And the Atletico can set the tempo in a manner where game will be very difficult for Madrid. That is why I said yes and no. But no because Atletico Madrid, any team now, I'm about testing Madrid sir.
Okay.
They themselves are struggling.
Season and years.
9 points so far.
Yeah.
They are not in the top 4.
Yeah.
You didn't come out early days yet. But people feel in Suache to Emunti and yes, idea Simeone was here Janakwai. So it means that Atletico themselves have issues on their own before this game. They played a mini Madrid derby against Rayo Vallecano. But for some controversial refereeing decisions, I don't think Atletico should have won. Julian Alvarez was brilliant, sharing a hat-trick. Bakoshe game ni. Vallecano are justified when they make a case. They say one, there might have been a red card situation involving one Atletico player. Baku Yekoke. A certain penalty that was not given them.
And I know me dream. A red card in the cookie na batala the you can't do that to a player.
So you get it.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
So they are heavily backed by controversial decisions which they feel play to the advantage of Atletico. Atletico are themselves rebuilding. But unlike Madrid, Alonso team CC issues on the team Nimoano, and now game after game they become confident and then they grow in belief. Master Antoine has started to get in on the scoring act. Vinicius Jr., the test Alonso posed him, it means that he's bringing the best out of him.
Yeah.
Now we are seeing Vini, the all-round player, in terms of the production line. In the La Liga, he's the only player to give you 3 goals, 3 assists. Mbappe actually goals never do, but assist here back home. So Vini brings that balance, or assist or share.
Yeah.
So just look at the front line. Mbappe on form, Master Antoine showing signs that he's a team player and he started to score. And then Vini giving you the provision and also the scoring.
Yeah.
For compare, Atletico more attack. Julian Alvarez have been watching 4 goals. Before this season, before the game against Vallecano, no, I share 1 per this season. And games are about no we in frame.
They are on finding the rhythm with.
No, when you momentum,
okay.
But the continuity, he's not guaranteed that because before by one game, and then it is a different defense. Denison is back. Meletao Bebo. This defense has shown that they can be a bit stingy in terms of giving goals away.
Yeah.
So against a tough defense, and now Madrid advantages Nibi also. You said they've had options on the bench. Jude Bellingham, Camavinga. So even the starting midfield issues, Alonso has the luxury of options to try and tweak. Senor Mabes Sandia Mano. So the question is, can Atletico stop Madrid? Can they affect a more perfect start? The evidence of what has happened this season and the projections into what will happen in this game clearly does not point to that. And this will also mean if Madrid are able to beat Atletico Madrid or Atletico Fear, it makes them credible, or they will look like the team to beat this season for the La Liga title. And then it would also showcase the tough mentality, the mindset of this Alonso-led Real Madrid side. Will they pass the test? I think so. Yes. Ghana Premier. Exactly.
Hey.
Then Barcelona for no. I think Barca's biggest weakness and now their main weakness is your defense.
Okay.
If they sort it out, they don't have a problem. Attack need their issue name. Defense weakness. Exactly. And they will need to sort that out in terms of personnel and then play. But me wadi back on. Me name say Ashafo me be adwene. I have never believed in goalkeeper say, "Oh, you play me can beje ball ne pass it." Me next school of thought no.
One more ball goalkeeper no more ball ni bi.
Say goalkeeper beje ball fato na no ball man nyefe. Wadwuma ye de. What is a striker's main role? To score goals. Yeah. What is a defender's main role? To stop attacks. A goalkeeper's major role is to prevent goals. Now, when your additional roles, your secondary roles, leads to you conceding, then I think we should question that rationale or that mentality behind. I was say goalkeepers need to be ball.
Now, this is the system our coaches know so deploy of late. To say coaches no more na pe obi a odimi ball no ball. Ebi na onana omode kofo onana ba man you here
I think a certain craving that you are overemphasizing on. It is good you have a goalkeeper who can help a build up, but it should not lead to the team being at a disadvantage. Nyame opebone and a real Oviedo she goal almost endra. Imagine if Barca were facing a tougher opposition. Not on to me Mbabaka. Look at what have happened. How they conceded. This was a self-made error. Unforced. One wabe we need ball. The natural instinct any defender or goalkeeper has in such situations, balloon the ball to safety.
No.
Yes. Because you are at a disadvantage. The scenario is, pass my teammate. But there could also be instances where the moment you pass to your teammate, the opponent press your teammate the ball. Or you misplace the pass. But if you are ballooning the ball away, what it means is that it allows for your team to cover. And to check Endra or Lusu Bon, one Garcia Lusu Bon. It did not take Oviedo 3 passes. They knew where to go to. So let's learn your primary role. Just do the basic things first.
And it's
a midfielder. I'll say, midfield or team change or team down. When I think the midfielder's biggest role, passes, penetrative, you are done. A goalkeeper's primary role is to prevent goals, not concede opportunities that will lead directly to goals. No matter how Hansi Flick or whoever defends this, I still stick to my school of thought. Goalkeepers are supposed to be goalkeepers. They keep the goal. They don't allow goals.
Footballers.
They ain't in the footballer. Play it.
Yeah.
Bobo, no.
Goalkeeper, keep
the goal. Not allow goals. And until see about returning to our basics, we'll continue to see goalkeepers taking unnecessary risk. risk assuming fast war and it will hurt their team at a point in time. They escaped against Oviedo, but what are the odds? Said they will escape against a tougher opposition in